In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 best inspirational stories in the world. So, before starting the video, please like this video. Do subscribe Motivational Minds and turn on the notification to our channel for future updates. 10. 3 feet from gold. A miner who had been mining in Colorado for months quit his job because he had not yet hit gold and the work was growing tedious. He sold his equipment to another man who resumed mining. His engineer told him there was gold 3 feet away from where the first miner had finished digging. The engineer was right, and the first miner quit just 3 feet from gold. Moral: when things get tough, try to keep going. 9. Pebbles and rocks. In front of his class, a philosopher held an empty mayonnaise jar. He questioned his classmates if the jar was full of huge rocks. "The jar was full," said his students. He then placed small stones to the jar and shook it to spread them among the larger rocks. "Is the jar full now?" he inquired. The pupils all agreed the jar was full. The professor then filled the jar with sand to make it completely full. The pupils agreed the jar was full again. Metaphor: the jar represents your life, while the rocks, pebbles, and sand are your possessions. The rocks indicate your most important tasks, such as spending time with your family and staying healthy. The jar would still be filled and your life would still have value if the pebbles and sand were lost. The stones indicate important but non-essential aspects of your life. Job, house, interests, and friendships are all things that offer significance to your existence, but they are not required. These are temporary and not vital to your overall health. Finally, sand represents your leftover filling and material assets. It might be as simple as watching TV, perusing social media, or running errands. These actions are likely done to squander time or accomplish little tasks. Pay attention to the rocks in your life if you want to be more successful and efficient. 8. The elephant rope. A man strolling through an elephant camp noted that the elephants were only tied to one ankle with a tiny rope. He puzzled why the elephants didn't break free of the rope, given their strength. When he questioned a trainer why the elephants didn't try to escape, the trainer said they used the same size rope from birth to age. They grow up believing the rope is stronger than them because they are too little to break free. Adults believe the rope can still hold them and do not fight it. Moral: in this situation, the elephants have acquired helplessness. This happens when someone is conditioned to expect discomfort without knowing how to avoid or stop it. They will cease trying to prevent suffering even if they find an opportunity to do so. 7. A wise man's jokes. A wise man once met a group of people who kept bringing up the same topics. Instead of listening to their complaints, he told them a joke, which made them all laugh. Then he told the joke again. A few smiled. Finally, the man repeated the joke, to no response. "You won't laugh at the same joke twice," he smiled. So what do you gain by complaining about the same issue? 6. It's never too late. In the 1940s, a 65-year-old man lived in a modest house and drove a beat-up automobile. He felt it was time for a change and considered what he could give others. His mind went to his famous fried chicken dish. He left Kentucky to market his recipe to eateries around the country. He even gave up the recipe for free, asking just for a cut of the profits. But most eateries turned him down. 1009 restaurants said no. Despite the rejections, he continued. He was confident in his chicken dish. He got a yes at restaurant #1010. This story has a few lessons for you. First, it's never too late to succeed. In a culture that typically rewards young, successful people, it's easy to believe you'll never be successful. But Colonel Sanders disproves that claim. 5. Golden boulder. A king once wanted to try something new. He had a huge boulder placed in the street. He then hid near the boulder, waiting to see if anyone tried to lift it. First, affluent merchants passed. They strolled around the boulder, protesting about the king's road maintenance. Then a peasant went by, carrying food for his family. When he saw the boulder, he dropped his goods and tried to move it. It took a while for him to move it, but he did. If you can push through difficult times, you may wind up better off than you were before you tried. After collecting his groceries, the peasant discovered a bag in the center of the road, where the boulder used to be. He unzipped the bag to find gold money and a note from the monarch saying the gold was a prize for the peasant for moving the boulder out of the way for future travelers. 4. Dirty money. A well-known speaker began a session by flashing a 150-person audience a crisp $20. "Who wants this $20? He said. Everyone nodded. "I will give this money to someone, but first," then he crumpled the bill. He inquired if anyone wanted it again. All 150 hands went up. The speaker then trampled on the money. He then held it out to show the throng. It was disgusting. "Who wants it now?" Every hand rose. That no matter what he did to the money, people still desired it because its value stayed constant. Still, it was $20. 3. The ultimate test. Four college students partied late one night, despite having a test the next day. The next day, they devised a scheme to avoid taking their test. Then they walked to the teacher's office. They informed the teacher they had a flat tire and spent the night pulling their car back to campus. The teacher listened and provided a retest 3 days later. The pupils headed to their teacher's office on test day. The teacher separated the 4 pupils for the test. The pupils were happy since they had an opportunity to study. One question was: 1. Your name. 99 points. 2. Which tire was flat? 1 point. Moral: aside from making sensible choices, you must always own your actions. 2. What a waste. A mother camel and her kid lay in the sun. When a baby camel asked his mother, "Why are our backs so bumpy?" "We live in the desert where there is not much water," the mother remarked after a pause. "Our humps store water for lengthy treks." "Well, why do we have long legs with rounded feet?" the infant camel pondered. "They're for sand," his mother said. "Why are my eyelashes so long?" the baby inquired. "Your long eyelashes shield you from sand when it blows in the wind," she said. Finally, the baby asked, "What good are camels in the zoo if we have all these natural ability to trek over the desert?" 1. Breathing with no air. What is the secret to success? The wise man advised the youngster to meet him at the river in the morning for the answer. They set out early one morning for the river. They went deeper into the river, water covering their nose and lips. The clever man then dipped the youngster in. As he struggled to escape, the wise guy pushed him down. The child squirmed as a fish slid by his leg. The man lifted the boy's head to get him some air. The youngster screamed as he inhaled deeply. "Was it for nothing that you fought for in the water?" "Air," he said. "There you have the key to success," he added. "You will achieve success if you desire it as much as you desired air when underwater." That's it. Moral: success begins with a desire to succeed. So, that's it for today's video. What are your thoughts on our video? Please let us know in comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification to our channel before you go. Thank you so much for watching.